Hello, welcome back everybody. Once more, welcome back the Limeade. I don't know what I'm trying to do with that, to be perfectly honest. But what I do have for you is wobbly corn, and this is what we're gonna keep working on. So what how we currently have this set up. I haven't really tweaked with it between streams, so we have a fresh start that we've continued. But just so we can get a couple updates out of the way for this, wobbly corn is still wobbling on demand, but we've added, when you press spacebar, you grow the corn. And you can see it just keeps on growing and growing. I don't have it really set up so I can just press and hold space, but it keeps wobbling. It makes me feel good. It's definitely a lot of fun. It's just so dumb. It's so dumb. But you know what? So be it. Wobbly corn. It's great. So that's version 5. And that we got uploaded onto the itch page. And yeah, that's where we're at right now. You know, just wobbly corn that just keeps on growing. And for this stream, we're gonna run with just what we have here because we've added the system for us to add more pieces of corn. And this graphic here isn't this graphic, so I'm debating, but I think what I'll do is I'll just end up having this graphic just clone this one. But that's all in the future. It's not necessary at all for what we're doing now. And what we need to do right now is add the gameplay loop. And you know, these kernels, I love saying kernel. Kernel's my favorite. These kernels, they're going to be doing a bit more work for us. So the premise of this game is going to be we're going to be in a field, we're going to be defending, and the only way to defend is with, well, bullets, I think, right? That's the American mentality of, that's my American, is like, yes, that's what we need. So that's what we're going to do, is we're going to set up bullets. And that's how we are going to set that up. Just going to pop out chat here, set up, and we will go ahead and get started. I love this wobbly corn. It's so fun. It's very fun to me. I like it. And just I don't know. It's just entertaining. And yeah, so with the COBB, these rings are going to be firing bullets, so we have to add a couple of systems in. And be careful, we're going for another flashbang. Boom. Hope your screen isn't too dirty. So right, we have our COBB. And currently how we have things set up is we have our COBB controller, which has all the segments, right? So these are all rings. And I'm thinking, I think we're gonna want to end up doing duplicates, right? I think I want this to manage all the firing. So these rings, they know their Y position. I think we're gonna build this separately, but in the end, this is still going to act the same regardless. So they know their Y position because they know their position in their array, and we can actually add. They don't actually know their right position right now, but we'll have to add that in, so they're kind of compensating for everything. So they'll need to know their Y position, and then basically we're just spawning bullets from there. So and we'll just have to add some sort of firing controller, and I think putting that here in the in this ring process, I think this is probably the best bet. And because we're trying to, again, go for more of a simpler scope here, I think we're just going to use the normal physics process for everything. I think that's probably the best bet for how we're doing all of this. The music needs to stop stopping. Oh, I guess it didn't this time. So let's get going with this. So, and this is in the ring base. So this right here is going to call a couple of other functions, and because we're extending off of this for our other rings, that's it really. So we'll have a couple of functions here. Calculate YPOS. And this right here is, this will calculate our current Y position. And how we're going to do that, and we'll just return corn length for now. And what we'll do here is our current height, and we'll again just set it to 10 just for the default. And no, let's type it how we're supposed to. We're good noodles here. We type everything. I said everything. And yeah, and then this is going to get the length of everything underneath. Because if we remember, our structure for our world is we have all these rings here underneath this core. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to get all of our siblings and manage things from there, because I don't think the COBB control here has a script. It manages that. So let's see, because we might end up inserting positions and other COBBs in other positions. So what we will do, yeah, I think each one is just going to calculate its own position by getting the length of all the children beneath it. So if we go so for child in get child counts, this is going to be index of children, and we will get a counting equals else, right? And then current height is going to equal 0. And we probably could just grab the base length, but we're not worried about that yet. Yeah, so we're gonna get parent, get child count, so that will get all the children of the parent, or at least the count of them. And if I don't know if this is gonna exactly work, what we're gonna do is we're going to, no, that's not right. Because this should be internal, right? Or not internal. This should be in order. Right, so, yeah, so we're going to get the parent, we're getting the length of the children, and we're going to get our child from there, and we're just going to print out the child. We're going to see if this works. Yeah, so we'll go and we'll just put this in the ready process. No, we're not, because we might not show up in the ready process. Because that does happen more often than you think. it is working. And then, yeah, it is actually working. It's working for all three. Perfect. All right, that is cool. So that works. So we are getting the right child. So I want to say count equals true. Counting equals true. So then now, if we're counting, current height plus equals, and then we're gonna just grab that child. Not currently. And then we will just return current height. Yeah, I think that works. We are resetting this variable. That's fine. You know, because we can call this function and not do anything with that flow value, but we have it now. And yeah, so that calculates our Y position. So let's go ahead and let's print. Oh, that's cool. That shows the, it's not what we wanted. Let's do that now. That's cool how that string value comes up. So we have 10, 10, 20, 30. So that base also is doing it. And that's fine. Because the base and tip, they're separate, right? We're more worried about that core container. Alright, so we have that set up. So even though the tip and the base, should we put that in the core? You know, I'm not too worried about it. If we have to move things around to the core base components, then we can. So let's go ahead and let's get our neighbors. Because some things might have status effects, right? So and this is going to be a void function because we're not really going to return anything. Because what we'll do is our neighbors. Now, the reason why we are, and these are going to be your ring bases. Now, the reason why we're doing this is the underscore, right, is we're intending these to get overridden. If they don't get overridden, it's just going to run this base process. So if we have either a status modifier or a corn that says, hey, get neighbors now only does the bottom neighbor, or we just want to only get all bottom neighbors, or all bottom COBBs, we can just pack that into the neighbors array. And then use that as a reference. So we have, like, for example, the googly eyes. Let's say we want that to add homing or something like that. Well, the easiest way to do that is to know what our neighbors are, and we'll just have that there. So if we ever want to overwrite it. But what we'll do here is... Can we... So get child is index. Yeah, let's store our index here. Because index 0 is on top, we're always adding underneath. So we'll add this to the ready function. And this is also going to be added after the core is instantiated, right? Because we're not going to really be adding these beforehand. Excuse me. And the cloud control parent is controlling all of that. So let's go ahead and do that. we'll just say, because I don't think this is what does get index do? Oh, okay, never mind. Get index is literally what we want. JK, we don't need this. So that means this. So we can actually remove this counting stuff. So I'm gonna build that there. So yeah, we can get rid of counting. We can remove this. And then if child is greater than get index. Because that index is going to be changing. Because when we add, yeah, because when we add, it's going to be on the bottom. So we're going to keep on just adding things on top. We're going to be pushing into or putting. I can't remember what the term is, but we're going to keep putting those on index 0. So I don't think we're going to be. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be worried about that. Sorry, get index. If get index, what am I doing here? So if parent get parent dot so basically, if we have more than one child, and if get index is not equal to 0, or I guess if it's just greater than 0, right? So if we're not the first index in the array, neighbors dot append, and then we're gonna append get parent dot get child, and that's going to be index plus 1, and then we're going to do the exact same thing. If get index is less than -1, and this was actually -1 here. So what we're basically saying is if we're not at either end of the array, or if we have a neighbor, get the neighbor, and then we'll have to store this here in the corn control as well, but what we'll do is after this, so after we add all of these here, for C in core container get children, yeah, that returns all the arrays, so we can just say C dot get neighbors, and that should work. That would work if we don't do that. Alright, that works. Cool! Look at that, we got our neighbors. Because one is going to have one neighbor, one's going to have two, one's going to have one. So that's awesome. I'm loving that. So these two functions here, they're basically saying, okay, we are this high up, and this one here is saying, okay, these are our neighbors. I'm trying to think of any other base controls that we, or any base functions, not controls, base functions that we need for the score container. And I think that this music is a little bit higher energy than I'm looking for. Just a little bit. Alright, yeah, I'll run with Stardew Valley. So, okay. We gotta get neighbors, we got our Y position calculation. Because, yeah, I think we'll see. We'll see how we're gonna summon things. I think that we're gonna do all the fire management and everything with the ring base. And then what we'll do is we'll just give it a transform of where to instantiate all the bullets when the time comes. Because this is gonna be like a complete bullet hell, right? I mean, we are just a little wobbling cob here. I love how it wobbles. It strikes the happy part in my brain. I love it. But you know, as our cob here grows, and we're gonna be firing bullets against all of our enemies, we're gonna have to have all these things doing things. Now I think about it, I mean, this is a long cob. I don't think realistically in gameplay might do this, but it might. You never know. But I feel like this is very manageable for, if we had like 10, 20 bullets, I'd say that's manageable, like firing per second. I don't know if it's going to fire that many, but we shall see. Stardew Valley in the horizontal perspective. And yeah, we're going to have these guys firing in each direction. And then we can add the recoil in, because, yeah, that was that placeholder function that we have. Because I didn't want to, just add full force. But definitely having some recoil would be very, very nice. Okay. I could probably watch that literally all day. It shouldn't be that funny, but it tickles my brain. Yeah, because I don't think we're going to do any of the firing in the base here. But for the basic ring, which totally isn't going to confuse me, this is where we're going to add those firing functions. I don't know if we should really call this ring basic. We should call this just ring firing. And maybe now have insert. It's like one of those functions you don't know exists until it just breaks everything and makes you really angry. This is gonna break things, isn't it? It does not. Okay, cool. Yeah, I knew it wasn't gonna do that. I knew it! Yeah! Alright, so ring firing. What does ring firing do? It fires bullets. So we should have a export here. And this is going to be our bullet. Technically it's a kernel, but we'll just call it a bullet for all intents and purposes, because it is a projectile that is firing. I mean, I guess we could call it a projectile, but that's too many letters. And I don't like typing that many letters in my variables. Ring firing is already a little too long. Thankfully, I'm not going to use it too much. So, variable, we're just going to keep this as a no 2D for now. Yeah, because we're going to put it in the scene, and then we can load it as a pack variable here in a bit. So, we'll need to get the transform of the spot we are firing this bullet. And we aren't using that bullet manager that I was working on in the other video, just because we have that weird bug and still trying to hunt it down, and I'm lost. We'll worry about that in the future. I think we could just kind of get away with just normal node instantiation here, but definitely trying to figure out what hit who in that engine. I think that's an engine bug. I have yet to submit that in the whatchamacallit, the thing, the Godot forums, or not even the forums, the GitHub for the engine. So that'll have to get taken care of. So we're gonna get the transformer firing this bullet. Create the bullet in the scene. Load any custom stats if needed. And I'm wondering, I have an idea. I'm gonna write this out because it just kind of occurred to me. Oh my god, I have a lot of boards. So get ready for a flashbang here in a second. Boom. Alright. So we have something that we have called callables, right? So a callable, we accidentally printed it earlier. Let's do that again. And then what we'll do is we'll print. Can we do this? I'm curious now. Does this work? It does. So I'm wondering if we can summon this. So what I'm thinking, yeah, I think I know how we're going to do this, because there's a lot of ways we can do everything. But so we have something called a callable. And what we can basically do is we can have a generic bullet. I don't know why this bullet is so... It's sad. Okay, that... You know what? We're making corn. There's a corn. So, here's our little cob. And we're going to fire this out. And what we can do is we can store the stats in the basic ring. So when this impacts something, right, and creates a nice wonderful corn explosion, we can basically have this take a callable, right? And we can say, okay, on this collision, call function, and we can pass some variable, right? And we can pass what we hit, where we hit. So if we set up those callables, right, we can basically load a bullet when we fire it. We can load it with a callable function saying, hey, call this function when you hit this object. Call this function when you blow up. I'm thinking that's actually a pretty good idea. I'm kind of liking that because we're getting this like get neighbors function, right? Because that's what we're printing, c.getNeighbors, and it's saying, okay, yeah, this is what it is. And I'm betting this variable has more packed into it than just that. I think that's just its string output. Yeah, I'm thinking that's good. So if we call this function, right? So we have our ring makes a bullet, and then this calls a function on the ring. So then that ring manager could, let's say, turn it into popcorn or whatever, and that popcorn explodes, or you know, that way, if we modify the ring at all, rather than having to load that into the bullet that we fire, which, I mean, we can change the stats of the bullet. If, you know, some buff happens to the ring, you know, we could just kind of have that come back right back. Oh, we can do that, right? And then each ring can store stats. So you can, like, level up your rings. Ooh, yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot. Right, because when we call that function back, if we say, hey, you know, we did this damage, and the ring's like, okay, kill that crow or whatever we hit, the ring can carry stats. I like that. I like that a lot. So, I'm liking this idea. At first, I was like kind of not like all the way in for this idea, this approach. You know, as I was saying, I was like, oh, but this might not be. No, because what we can do is all these stats that we pass back can buff the ring. You know, the ring, you know, might have like something, because we're not buffing the entire COBB at this point in time. Yeah, I'm liking that, because if we pass those back to the ring, that callable, we can say, you know, the damage we did. We can say, okay, yeah, we hit these animals. You know, kind of like in Bloons tower defense, you can see how much damage and other stats of your towers. Why can't the ring do the same? Yeah, so we're gonna have to create a custom class type for the bullet. So we're gonna have to create a bullet. Let's do that. Let's do that in this world scene, right? We really should do a background. I think after we do some programming tonight, probably when we hit around 10, I'm thinking we can start working on some art. Or whenever, honestly, I get done with the bullet system. So, probably like 2 a.m. But, yeah, I'm really liking that. So, let's get a Node 2D out here. Maybe a rigid body. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because... No, let's just do a rigid body. We're gonna have to have these as rigid bodies eventually. So we're just gonna create it as that. I'm gonna give it a collider. No. Oh, excuse me. Make that a circle. Then we're gonna give this a sprite. Where's my sprite? My sprite. And you. Where are you? Is it under bullets? It's under bullets. There we go. Look at that. We got a bullet. Technically. I'm just gonna design this all facing right because I don't feel like re-rotating everything. And then let's take this collision shape and let's bring that down to like 8 pixels. Yeah, that's more favorable. So there's a little corn. I'm gonna call this a bullet. And also by doing it this way with the callable that comes back, if we end up somehow resolving that physics engine that we were working on the other day, that would work with this, because we can just load up a callable, have that call deferred, and don't touch it anymore. Let it handle everything else. We collided, we deleted ourselves, we're done. So I'm thinking we do that again. Or not do that again, but we just keep that in mind. So we'll go ahead and create a new script here, and we're going to call this bullet.godot script. Yeah, we'll keep it as bullet. And then class name. And we're going to call this, we're just going to call this bullet. With a capital B. Because that's how we name things here. Alright, cool. That's loaded. Now, we're going to need a couple of things. In it, we ask for the callback for on collide. So we're going to call this a call out. and this is going to be of type callable, and won't be assigned to anything. So this is something that has to be assigned. And so we have to pass a callable function on initialization. And then we'll have, yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm just trying to think here real quick. Because like, we would create this bullet, right? I mean, we could create separate bullet classes for when they're homing and this and that, but I'm trying to think if there's a way we could implement this. Well, we can load. Yeah, because how I'm thinking is definitely a lot of thinking out loud. What I'm thinking is flashbang real quick, boom, and we're back. All right, so I'm thinking we have our callable function here, so C creates the bullet, so C makes B, then B's cycle here, right? It's given a call out, so we have the init where it's initialized. So we're initialized. Then it's gonna fly, right? So we're gonna have, basically it's the physics process, so PP. So the PP process occurs, right? So this keeps occurring, and this keeps occurring, and this keeps occurring. Then we have the on collide. When we inevitably collide with whatever we're trying to go for. And then we have the Q free. So then we have free. Now, we can set up callables for everything. You know, if we have, because here's the thing, this is like all of our cycles. These are all of our events. I'm thinking we could. I'm thinking we could do that over here. So there's nothing really stopping us from doing that. So our ring, or COBB, has its own life cycle functions, right? You know, the ring is made, some stuff happens up here, but that's not relevant to our bullet. Yeah, so what we can do is, we can have the bullet kind of always reference its own COBB. So the init function, this just handles itself, right? This does its own thing. The bullet does its own thing, but it does set all these variables. We can have this physics process function go into so this is the make bullet. So this make B. The physics process function can call it can call the COBB function here, right? So if we add something like homing or anything like that, all that can be managed here. Because we can add status effects as callables. So like homing would be a status effect. And maybe like, okay, we're gonna home for, you know, X amount of seconds. Like we get a homing buff. Rather than applying all that to all the bullets, we apply that to our rings. So Okay, the physics process will call, it'll do its thing, it'll call this, and then it'll do additional modifications to the bullet. Let's say bullets go faster over time, or they get more damage over time. Because we can pass a reference to ourselves, right? Constantly. Sorry, I had to yawn, blow my nose out. A little gross, that's why I had to mute. And now I can't hear about my right ear. I'm doing great. Alright, so I'm loving this. So I think this is going to be really interesting, like, callback. So we pass B into here. And that way, if we have homing or we have anything else, all of that can basically manage everything. So we'll call this the flight process. On collision, we'll call that the I don't know what to call this. Because, like, if we add status effects or anything like that, we can just manage that all with the COBB, right? If we say 10% of bullets suddenly become bigger or something like that, we could run that. We can run with that. On Clyde, this will do the... I think we can keep the damage function onto C here. And again, this passes the bullet. And then Q free, this is the we're just adding stats, right? Yeah, so we're gonna keep like statistics of like how many bullets hit or anything like that. We're gonna need when bullets don't hit or when they're removed, so we can store in the bullet some variables. I'm kind of liking this function, of course, the classic boop. So basically the bullet's always communicating with that, with its corresponding COBB ring. COBB ring. But I'm wondering if this might be a little stupid. It probably is. It's very dumb. But I am liking the idea of kind of having things kind of working with themselves. I'm actually really liking this callback idea as well, because in this way we can say, okay, we want to know who owns this bullet, if for whatever reason. We find out who owns this bullet, and then we can work with that. Yeah, because if we can know who owns the bullet, then we can just here right now we're just passing those stats back. If we modify the flight process or anything like that, the bullet is aware. And yeah, I think that's a good call. Because we can also do it so you can let's restart here. So right, we're firing these bullets, we're doing our thing. Now let's say we have an enemy here in the corner. Yeah, so let's say in the corner we have bad guy. Bad guy's got some wings. He's evil and he's ready to eat our corn, eat our vegetables. He's got a big chin because evil guys have big chins and little feet. Yeah, this is our evil guy here in the corner. So, let's say this COBB ring here fires a bullet. We'll determine which side is probably the best side to fire a bullet. It comes out of here, and it's fired in this direction. Let's say Alright, cool. We have the bullet flying. And let's say, you know, we have the googly eyes. And the googly eyes will create homing on this target. Cool. Well, how are we going to know that we're homing that target? Well, this bullet, as it's flying, it's going to fire... it's going to fire its physics process, its PP, is going to fire onto this COBB here. And we have the eyeballs also modifying this COBB. And, you know, so that has homing. So, you know, we're ready to destroy this flying evil bat. So this bullet, you know, we're going to probably just have some sort of physics function where it just kind of, you know, is magnetically attracted to, you know, this guy here. And the only way we're going to do that is with these googly eyes, which are modifying its neighbors. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, because I think if we add like a callable array, I guess. I'm trying to think, because we can have like an array of callables that modify the bullet. And then we run through all of those. Can't possibly break. Yeah, this definitely can't break at all. It's gonna break severely. But it might break in fun ways. Because I think one of the big things about like roguelites or whatever is don't make them breakable intentionally, but you know, things go a little haywire. You know, you kind of have like that Tiny Rogues playthrough where you just end up like one-shotting the entire map. That happens, and you know, I'm not opposed to things like that. Because it could be very well, you know, we end up just breaking something here. But I think this is a fairly safe approach, because if we carry the like functions, right, we can say, okay, this homing function is gonna, you know, have this guy get a velocity, or like in some way home into here. And we can do that easily as like a magnet. You know, this has a selected target, and then the bullet will be magnetically attracted to that. Yeah, we can probably categorize some of these too. Some of these like additional functions, just so we're not like overlapping them too much. I mean, we're gonna need that regardless. What? What? How did you make a perfect curve? Whoa. Okay, hold on. What? I don't know what's going on. Please help. So I'm thinking that that's probably going to be a good idea. I don't know, it's just one of those things. You end up like getting to that point where like, okay, I have a lot of different routes. Let's think about it. And I have definitely been thinking about it. I think definitely having this physics process, you know, referencing the corn might be a good idea. I'm not sure what the best way to add homing would be necessarily. That's a future us problem. For now, let's see if we can get the system created. Bro. Okay. So we have the call out callable. We're gonna call this PP call out. We might not even want this in the init function, and we just set it in the COBB. Yeah, because it's not going to be strictly necessary, right? So we have var. What do we have here? So we have the call out. We have the collide call out. And these will just have to get set, right? We create the bullet, we end up setting these, and then we're good. We could do that in the init, but we're not going to. And then in the physics process, add some moving function here. Yeah. And then what we can do is we can store some variables in. Yeah, we can store them as a dictionary, but we'll see. So we're not too worried about that. We first want things working. Then we can, you know, add the nice details in. Yeah, because we can call deferred. I'm not sure what call he does. Interesting. There's definitely a lot of documentation regarding this. When this method is changed with similar methods. Okay. Oh, okay. So got it. So we're creating a call here. So we're gonna call with 1, 2. We're gonna unbind with 1. Interesting. So then it's gonna unbind the second argument. And then it's gonna bind 3 and 4 and then send the call out. Interesting. There's a lot. There's a lot with callables, that's for sure. Just definitely reading over this. Interesting. So we got like a bunch of binding. Oh god, we got a lot more here than I thought. Oh, we can bind callables separately. Oh, okay. And that returns a copy of that callable. Alright, that makes sense. Okay, this is a direct call, basically. Perform a remote and RPC. See, this is one of those really hard things, right? It's like when you go for the rules of and, then you start with R. It's like, okay, well, R isn't, whatever. But when you say R instead of remote, it's a remote procedure call, or it's an RPC, because you're saying a vowel here. So it's just a little weird to see. It's weird to see somebody actually go by that. So perform an RPC on all connected peers. Okay, so this is just. Okay, so we're not too worried about that. Definitely doing a multiplayer game is going to be fun. I'm very excited for that. Yeah, so I think interesting. Okay, Lambda functions are also custom callables. Interesting. Alright, that's cool. So, we'll just do a call. And then we're going to pass, we're going to pass self. And that's all we really need for that. And then we're going to have, for this bullet, I love this song. So for this bullet, we're going to go ahead and, there we go. Body entered, and we're going to just connect it to ourselves. And oh, okay, so we can. So we're passing all of this stuff here. We can just unbind some of the. Oh, okay, that's cool how that works. Yeah, alright, cool. I didn't know about that. So that's how that works. So that's nice to see. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do on body entered body. And we're going to just do that collide call out, right? And we'll do the same thing, self and body. Alright, that's right. I'm gonna just do that call. Alright, this song, although it's very fun, but we're not gonna do this. Thank you. Oh, we already went through that whole playlist. Come on. Yeah, I'm feeling the Risk of Rain soundtrack right now. Yeah, this is from Risk of Rain 1, not Risk of Rain 2. It's such a good song. Like you cannot go wrong with this. Chris did an outstanding job. I'm not going to play the Risk of Rain Returns soundtrack because I haven't played Risk of Rain Returns. and I'm very excited to. What is playing music? YouTube just breaks just because it feels like it. It's like playing a song, even though I'm not. Yeah, I refreshed the page and it went okay. But yeah, we're gonna do Risk of Rain 2 soundtrack. Prelude in D flat minor. Yeah, we'll listen to it. You know, we're going through the Survivors of the Void soundtrack, so we'll definitely hear that one out. All right, so debugger, why are you erroring? Create instance. You know what we can do? Clear that. All right, cool. All right, so now we want to do things, stuff and things. So on body answered, physics call out, and then on free. I think this is just. Can we just do on exit tree? I think we just do exit tree. Alright, because we can just remove it from the tree and then run with that. Because if we do some sort of function that reinitializes these bullets, if we create like a buffer, we're going to want to reinstantiate these anyways. And we're just going to be removing it from the tree rather than... and we can actually do this as a call deferred. No, because it's going to be on the next... we'll just do a normal call. Right, run this on the same frame for now. This is tentative. Alright, so let's see here. So we're going to instantiate a bullet, we're going to call it out. I guess we can carry some stats in the bullet, right? Because the base physics processor should at least handle its own movement. And some other things. That pretty much sums that up. I can't really think of anything. Like once we get things like playing, we can kind of, you know, tweak these out. Yeah, because what we can do is we can oh, you know what? What do we set this by default for the collision shape? 8 pixels? Alright, we can run with that. And then, so we have damage, speed, size. I think that's all we really need right now for this COBB. I don't think we need really much else. Yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything for it for now. So we have the damage with speed with the size, and direction and stuff like that doesn't really matter. Yeah, I don't think anything else is really going to matter for it. Yeah, I think that's going to be fine for now. and then we'll do is we will save branch as scene, and I'm gonna save this as a bullet scene, nice and basic, and then we can just remove this here. Remove by deletion is what we need. So we'll save, and then we'll go to our basic ring. Let's get the actual ring here. And then this is outside bullet, which equals I don't know if we can do this. I don't think this is how this works. Yeah, that isn't how it works. So we will so this is our bullet, and yeah, so we're going to create a function here, and this is going to be a fire bullet function, overridable. Not like they can't be overridden in the first place, it's just not what we're doing. So when we fire a bullet, we're going to get the spawn transform, and then var new equals bullet dot instantiate Does that do anything? Does that work? That works. Cool. So we'll have that, and then we need a. What do we need? We need a manager that holds all the bullets. So let's create a new scene, 2D scene. We're gonna call this bullet mgr, and we're going to access as a unique name. Yeah, we'll leave it there. And project, we don't have to access a unique name. Auto load and auto load bullet manager. And then if we go back to our script here for the basic ring, bullet manager dot add child. It's interesting how it comes up because now it's a constant variable, and then we will add new in there. So bullet here. I guess we'll leave those default stats because this doesn't have to do anything with that. New dot transform is going to equal spawn transform. And then the bullet itself is going to on ready, it's going to this extends rigid body, right? I believe it's impulse. Apply impulse, and impulse is going to be speed. And this is going to be vector2 dot up. I think, is this in local space? Is the offset from the body origin in global coordinates? Okay. So I'm gonna assume it's global. Or to global. Alright, you're working? You are working. Okay. So that does that on ready. Fireball is here. Right. Oh, that is correct. Bullet is going to need these boys here established, right? So we're going to just lock these out. I'm sure there's a way to batch this, but whatever. And then we're going to go here and we're going to say physics modifier, and then this will get a bullet received. And then we're going to have bullet phys mod list, or we're going to do callables. So it'll be an array of callables, right? No, this is just going to be of type. And then, so for every callable in our list of callables, we're going to do c.call and we're going to do bullet. And this is the default, so we can always modify these. And we're just gonna kind of add this up, right? So we're gonna do bullet collide process, and this should pass the node for the bullet too, so that should keep being referenced. And then and actually, now I'm thinking about it, this can always stay the same. In this base, this can just stay the same, and we don't have to actually modify it. We could, right? But if we create a custom, like, let's say, exploding function, or like a ring that fires bullets that grow with time, like that's just by default in the ring. I don't think that's going to be with the ring. I think that's going to be a modifier that we put in. But we can just add these callables in here at any point and modify those kernels. So bullets grow over time, they split over time, all those things could just be callables. Yeah, because we can store some things with the bullet, and then that way we can keep track of like how many frames has the bullet been flying or whatever the case is. So we're gonna just do the same thing here. And then And then these are the free callables. Look at that, everything just happens to be 4 characters. And then we'll just do the exact same thing. And this is going to be bullet free process. And then you're just going to call all the callables in free callables. And then we just set these here. And I see the binding process that we can do. That's definitely going to be something I'm going to be interested in, because I wonder if binding, you can bind multiple times prior to calling, or like have constant binds. I don't know how that works, so that'll be very interesting to see. For now, we just pass literally the bullet. That's bullet. And there we go. That is that setup. Whether or not it's going to work, we'll find out. But yeah, we said it's transform, and then the bullet on ready will give itself that impulse. Right, so when it's ready, it will. And then it will call the physics process, and then we'll also have a variable here. We're gonna call this lifetime, and this is going to be a float of, by default, 0. And then var max lifetime is going to be a float, and let's just say we're gonna make this into 10,000 milliseconds, or just 10 seconds. And then we'll do lifetime plus equals delta. Right, so when we eventually do that self call out, it's already going through everything. And then what we can do is, if we create custom bullets in the future, which right now I'm not really seeing doing that, but if we do that, we can call this out. We can basically, instead of having to modify this and remember to put all these things in, we can create another process here, which is, self-fizz process, but we're not worried about that. For now, we're just applying that impulse, and then we'll go from there. Gummy bear break. I mean, Chris never misses. Like, Chris, he never misses with his music. It's so good. And so these gummy bears. I'm gonna open up another drink here. If anybody has any questions, feel free to throw them in chat or anything like that. If you have any questions regarding how long I've been doing this, trust me, not that long. Or have I been doing this for an eternity? You will never know. Yeah, I definitely always enjoy this music so much. But yeah, having like some sort of recoil stat and some other things, like it'll be very interesting. I haven't really worked with a two-way callback process before. Callbacks are always very intimidating. Callbacks are always very intimidating when you're first making anything, really. Like the idea of like dynamically adding functions in, calling them dynamically. We have deferred calls. Like I could set a timeout and then call things based off of that if they exist, and all sorts of things. It's very intimidating. I know that's something when I worked with Unity way back, I don't think I ever touched it. It was very confusing, it was scary, and I didn't know what to do. And I don't blame people for not being too certain of what their purpose is. And I'll be honest, I don't really know what their exact purpose would be, but just like anything, you can't say, a float has a specific purpose or an object or a node or anything like that. You have to create that purpose. And it's really important. It's really important to get that stuff wobbling. It's very important to, just experiment. I have no idea how this is going to work. I'll be perfectly honest. We'll get to that point. We'll figure out if it does or what needs to get tweaked. But I think, this is the perfect idea for the callable process is, hey, this bullet just impacted something. All right, cool. Let's call the parent here. It's not required. We can just pack all the variables and all the functionality into the bullet. My mind's just kind of running with that, but we can pack that all with the bullet, send the bullet on its way, and it does what it wants to do, and that is perfectly okay. We're not doing that though. We are going to we're gonna see what we can get out of this. It'll be very interesting. Definitely running with callables and letting things do their own thing is unique, to say the very least. I don't think I've actually ever heard this playing Risk of Rain 2. It's definitely a really good song. So yeah, look at that wobble. It's headbanging to the music. This is a song that if I heard this live, ooh, this would be a fire mosh pit or something. Like you're just kind of like rocking your head and like just, I could see it. I could see this as a live concert. Like, it reminds me, I went and saw Bolivia live, and this is kind of the same vibes. Like, I could see the same type of, headbanging that I saw at that concert. I could see that exactly here. Oh, and the other day we saw, I probably should turn it up so you guys kind of know what I'm talking about. This is, Chris Christodoulou, a boat made from a sheet of newspaper. But, I can see myself headbanging to this. But additionally, it's like the vibes from this, right? Like I saw Polyphia live and it was great, and this is a kind of exact type of vibes. You can, if you play the video, somebody uploaded a video of that concert in Detroit that I went to earlier this year, and you can hear me screaming in the background. And it's top tier. Honestly, it's funny. I don't remember what the video was exactly, but we found it the other day, and we found where I screamed because one of the people we went with, she recorded me screaming, and we just ended up pulling that up, and it was definitely entertaining. But yeah, this is, if I saw this live, I would probably, my ears would be creaming, and I will not feel guilty. But if and when the game that I'm really working on, if Plarion, when Plarion becomes its full product, I definitely want a banger soundtrack for it. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do that at all, but we'll see. Drinking ASMR. So I had to mute for that burp. I mean, you guys probably wouldn't have cared. Now I'm just kind of enjoying the music. It's kind of weird. What would be even funnier is I do all this, and the corn ends up being the enemy. Yeah. That'd be kind of funny. I think right now I'm kind of feeling more doing art. Yeah, we're gonna do a file new. We're gonna do this 640 by 480, and we're gonna do this index transparent. Yeah, we'll run with that, and then we're gonna load a palette, and I think icon the A sprite. Yeah, this has our main color palette. So let's see here. Oh, is that how I set colors? Interesting. But we'll go ahead and because if we imagine our game screen like this size, we're probably gonna want things to be not that far off the ground. And we're gonna do this in layers so we can parallax everything. And we're gonna want even. Do I want this to be that color? Probably not. I think this is a better color. And we're gonna actually create a new layer. Now if I lock this, right, and I go choose a different color. How do we do this? Because I'm trying to figure out how to oh, okay, so we're gonna set two colors, right? So I can set like this. I can if I do alt click, I can then right click a color. Add background color to palette. Alright, now we lock this again. Add. Okay, I think that's how we can do that. Alright, there we go. Wasn't too sure how we do that. And then, excuse me. Alright, I think that's a good starter. And we're going to be modifying this a lot, right? example, we're going to need a color for the background. Right, I think this is a little... I think we do kind of like a virtual gradient. Right, so if we kind of do like that color. Right, and then we do some nice little dithering here. I think this could look. I'm thinking if we do this and then we dither, I'm kind of curious how this effect will look. That kind of looks sick, honestly. The look of like things dithering is just crazy. I don't know if this is exactly how we're gonna end up coming out, but we'll see. So let's just add a nice cloud layer. This ends up really being a master palette of all things. Okay, yeah, these songs are kind of crazy. I love it. So if we do something like this, and then we run the dithering tool. We're probably going to put some opacity on this. That's for sure. Right, but if we give this some like mass here, so if we go ahead and select, whereas, oh, you know what, we can just do that, right? That's, let's not sample all layers, just sample current layer, yep. And it doesn't have to be contiguous, there we go. And then now I can make sure I'm not like overwriting things, right? I say that and then I start overwriting things I don't like. There we go. I think that's looking pretty good. I think we do a little bit more dithering, but we bring that scale down quite a bit. I think we're going to be pretty decent. Right? Because we do want some of that like background look. I think that looks good for a cloud. Let's create another cloud, right? We'll name this Cloud 2, Electric Boogaloo. I don't know what this is gonna turn out, but hey, you never know. Sometimes you get some cool shit. You only get cool shit if you just experiment. right? And oh, if you like do a tornado dither effect, oof, things look crazy. Okay, this just looks like that with a couple pieces cut out, because that's exactly what I did. That should be something fun. Oh, if it's very cloud shaped. We'll keep working with it. Let's do a cloud that is corn shaped. That's corn shaped, right? And we bring this size down, we do a little bit of that, we do a bit of that, and we do a bit of this, and then we throw in our ditherification tool. Bam, corn cloud. I think just introducing some more chaos in there would be nice. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, see, we got a couple clouds. You know, when we run parallaxing and we change the opacity and stuff, it'll definitely look different. Alright, so how about for the fields, right? I'm going to do this as field. And then we're going to get a new index color, and we're just going to add this, and then we're going to change this to be the right one here in a second. But this field, you're going to be technically above the ground layer, right? And then we're going to create a bounding box just for reference. Yeah, because we're going to be tiling this one a lot. And then we can just select in here. And just work off of this. I'm definitely imagining this in my head very much differently to how this is coming out. Yeah, let's get rid of the big green blob. Because I'm thinking if we draw the field like this, then we can kind of layer things, right? So it's kind of crazy. If you ever go to a cornfield, you'd be kind of amazed how similar corn looks to each other. Like, I get they're all the same plant, but you'd think there'd be like some deviations, but there really isn't. Alright, and then this is going to be a even darker green. Right? We'll add that to our palette. And this is going to be filling in all of this. And then we'll dither. My favorite tool on the planet. And then we'll erase some of the floaters. And there we go. Maybe we add a color that's an even darker. And no. Oh, interesting. It doesn't add it. Nice. Even darker color, right? And then we can kind of just I feel like I've definitely heard that before.
It's a theme for this album. Bread. I was super excited when I heard that doing a DLC that is going to be themed around
I love the commentary, but no. I'll definitely have to go through that though, because Risk of Rain is it's such a good game. It's a dream of a game. We need Chris here to make some cactus videos for me, or cactus videos, cactus soundtrack, or cactus. What was it cactus for? Corn. And then that song's gonna be popping. I need help. Give me one moment here. There we go. Get a little bit more music playing. So now if we go into field, Control Shift I and delete, this is what our field looks like currently. And let's see how this stands out when it's looped together. Actually, that does pretty good. I think what we can do is do a bit of that, and then for field, we're gonna do the same thing. No. Yeah, just as like a looping thing, it's not bad. So you can imagine, right? We're playing here in like on that front POV, and we can always tweak again because we're indexing these colors. We can just swap them out, and we're good. If you're curious, if you don't use indexes when you're creating something, Aseprite does have a way to convert things into index form, or you can save it as a BMP file and then reload it, and then it will index out all of your things, all your pixels. It might break things, but it's there. I think that pretty much sums it up, right? So this is like the full zoom out, but I'm thinking like gameplay wise, our corn is probably going to be up to this level because it's a super kernel. That side is going to be a little bit bigger. I'm thinking that's kind of what we run with. We'll definitely be getting there. Yeah, definitely. Just one moment here. This is a classic one for Risk of Rain 2, that's for sure. What am I missing? I'm missing something. I thought I could pull up the stream. Like if I went through manage broadcasts, but I'm guessing not. Live control room. That's what I was looking for. Interesting. Our bitrate's actually a little lower than expected. Huh. I'm just kind of looking through the stream right now. I'm kind of curious. Oh, that actually popped up recently. Yeah. Neat. Alrighty. I think we are good to keep going. Alright, so we have that texture kind of built up, and we're gonna have to definitely export this. So let's rename this file. Oh, it exported all of those to here. Interesting. Okay, so that's fine. We're gonna name this as environment, and we're gonna throw all of these into, I think it was Alt-Shift-N? Yeah, into a group. And we're gonna call this background. We'll save, and then we'll run the legendary structure exporter and export everything into folders. And now if we go back to our Godot project, wiggle our corn and say hello, we should see, oh, environment, wait, never mind, I'm dumb. That's okay, we'll leave it in BG. So I think what we can do is set up a parallax layer, because yeah, this isn't quite the same dimensions. Alright, so we have our big corn, that is its own control. We have our bullet manager, that is, right, that's just a thing, that just holds all of our bullets in, so that's fine. What we'll want to do is cry a little bit, but also what we're going to want to do is create a new scene. Look at that, we're in a new scene mode. We're going to create a new scene, and we're just going to call this game world. Right, and then this game world scene, yeah, we'll just leave it here. And we're going to load our environment into it. So first and foremost, this camera here, Control X, Control V, and then we'll save game world, and then we're going to take the big corn scene, put that in here. That's good. Right, the big corn handles the corn. And that way we can pull out the corn assembler relative to it, but we'll leave the corn assembler in there. Save this scene, and then we're going to save our game world, and we're going to set game world as our base. Where is that at? Set as main scene. So let's run it, make sure nothing's broken. Nice, we can grow our corn, we can wobble our corn. Things are going great. Things are going very, very great. I just love the wobbling and growing corn. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, so I think I love this. I don't know why, but this is just so entertaining. Nice and wobbly. Alright, so that's good. That's all set. So right now, if we run, I'm going to say so many times. So we run here, we have our root, we have our bullet manager, we have our game world. And that's fine. They're going to be aligned. They're all in the same physics environment. So the fact that we have the bullet manager as its own separate node isn't really a big deal. Yeah, that's fine. Why is debugger yelling at me? made you happy. Alright, so we've got that set up. We got this wobbling again. We're gonna go ahead and not have this. Alright, let's clean up those other tabs, and we'll leave the basic ring for now. So in our game world here, we're going to have a new node, and this node is going to be called our environment, and this is going to hold all of those parallaxes and stuff, and then we'll create this as a separate scene. So we're going to want to mess with the parallax layers, so let's see here. Motion. Okay, so we need a parallax background node. Let's set that as the environment. Where is it? Change type. Okay, so this is a canvas layer. Got it. Definitely. Oh, they definitely know what's going on. 100%. I have no idea what's going on. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so we can have things attached to the camera. Interesting. Okay, so for environment, background, did I draw all that on the same layer? Oh, I did. Alright, well, let's fix that. There we go. Save. And then we'll re-export this again. Bada bing. We're good. So there we go. Ground is now behaving. For a scene, okay, that is set as the ground. Now, parallax layer, or I guess the background here. Like setting this as the background layer, which is nice. I was just thinking we could, for whatever reason, I thought parallax layers had like looping. That's fine. Just do one of these. So everything behaves in pixels as it should. Set this as ground layer. So this shouldn't really move at all. No, I don't really need that. Then we can create a new parallax layer here. And we're going to call this the... we're going to call this sky? Yeah, sky works. Let's set sky behind ground. And then we can set up the background texture to be this. It'd technically be the other way around. Whatever. We'll live. So we can set the background of viewport. Transparent background will be off. That was fun to experiment with. It's very fun to have transparent backgrounds. But I think that we're going to want to set up our background here. Camera. I think this is under project settings. And we just set up. I think it's under camera? No. Yes. No, maybe so. Rendering environment, here we go. Default clear color. Ta-da! There we go. So that's this layer. I guess we never looped this properly, but hey, that's how we're going to know if this works. So, yeah. We'll copy and then paste that sibling, and then we'll paste that over here. And then everything should still be in front of it. Yep. Yeah, we'll have to fix that texture. This already like feels like an old like Flash game, right? I don't know if anybody else gets those vibes. But alright, so we have the sky, we have the background, and then we'll have the fields. Am I losing it? There we go. It is much smaller than I remember. Okay, that is significantly smaller than I remember. Not totally not what she said. Yeah, so yeah, we'll leave that for now. And then we'll go ahead and re-export everything. Alright, we'll fix those random pixels. Alright, yeah, that's more of what I was thinking. I don't know why it's not. Oh, you know what? It's because we're running right now. right? Is that why you're not behaving? Nope, it's just not behaving now. I don't know why the click and drag just decided to stop existing. So we're gonna call this dark grass, even though it's supposed to be technically more corn stalks. We're not gonna worry about semantics. The stalks should really be on their own parallax layer, now that I'm thinking about it. And we'll go ahead and paste as sibling. Still be aligned, right? We are now. Yeah, that's much more seamless than the other stuff we were doing. And then what we can do is once they're out of a certain like distance, is we just offset them, so not too worried about that. So there's that. So if we run, yeah, you can see the color palettes definitely aren't matching, so we'll end up tweaking those color palettes so they match more to what we're doing here. I mean, they are supposed to remain like a background, but they're very obviously not the same texture. And we're gonna have to redo the stocks anyways. Actually, don't know. We're really supposed to keep these relative, but no worry. Whatever we set them as here, when we add our code to offset them, this should, in theory, offset like respectively well where they're supposed to be. I'm sure we can cut down on a couple of these, but we'll save things as is. There we go. We got a field. Look at that. Our game is now officially 4% better. And then to fix, when you get tiling like this on something, the original way how you're supposed to do it is like offset everything by like 50% or something like that. What we're going to do instead is we're going to cut out the insulting piece. We'll copy it. Paste it, move it over, and then we're going to do what we call flip horizontally. We'll deselect, and then now we know for a fact that these will merge fairly smoothly. Let me just do a little bit of tweaking here so it doesn't look exactly the same. And then boom, there you go. We save, and then we go ahead and we do our export again. And then, I was actually not going to do that here in that build. Seam gone. I mean, it's repeating very often, but again, we can tweak all that. That's no worries. But yeah, nice. So we have a game that looks a little better. Our stock is very bare, but we can work on adding more like leaflets and stuff to it. And I'm not too worried about the color palette right now, regardless. Yeah, I'm just looking at it. Yeah, this is again. This reminds me of gold, but for whatever reason, this stock is reminding me of gold. It's so odd. The big kernel. I guess we could work on a shader to make things kind of wave in the background. That would be pretty nice. Because, like, yeah, we're going to be moving around, but we kind of want our background to have some life to it. Yeah, this right here is so reminding me of, like, old Flash games. I love it. I think we're having the same issue here. This is very obvious as like a seam. Oh no, that's actually right there. Interesting. Nice. It's looking a lot better now. I guess we should work on, like, some enemies. Or, you know, actually just finish implementing the bullets. We have the callbacks set up, so I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, now, like, with the game, we kind of have, like, a sense of scale of, like, where we are relative to everything. So once we add, like, enemies and stuff like that, you know, they're gonna be flapping around doing their thing. Yeah, definitely doing that. I don't know why this is just beyond entertaining. Like, it's just a wobbling corn. Like, it really shouldn't be this fun. Like, I can make a whole game on just this. Well, probably. I mean, some people. But no, we gotta go ahead and add some of our, like, bullet functionality. Have the corn, like, keep wobbling as we want it to. And then I think that will pretty much cover everything, because I really want to get this bullet functionality done tonight. That's like a very big thing for me personally, because that's kind of the main mechanic here, right? I mean, no, really the true mechanic is this. So wobbling corn stalk. So stupid. It's so dumb. But it's our corn stalk, you know. That's what we got. We're optimized for length, not rigidity. There. Now we got our corn stalk is super wobbly and super blessed. We reign supreme over all the other corn in the fields. You like him? You like my corn? Thanks. I think I'm out of gummy bears. He's just wobbling. He's just hanging out and wobbling, you know? We're gonna make him violent. We're gonna add some weapons to him. Make him, you know, he's the colonel. Haha. But, yeah, well, excuse me. Yeah, we're gonna throw that in. For sure. After a little bit more, cornering around. But we have all this in parallax layers, and we're just gonna leave this as is. We're not gonna really mess with this, just because right now our camera isn't moving. I could make this like a, I could make this like a rocket space program or corn space program. So like, you launch your corn off the stalk, and then it like goes and battles, That'd be kind of fun. You know, it just goes vertically, but I don't think that's strictly necessary in this context. But alright, so we have our environment set up. Cool. For our big corn, I guess the COBB, in this case, the COBB is going to control the firing mechanism. I'm thinking, right? Because we have that firing function here. We're going to want and the COBB knows where it is because it knows where it is not. So, we're going to need an enemy. We're going to need an enemy to fire at. So let's give ideas for enemies. Please, let me know. But we'll go ahead and create a new sprite file here. And we're going to do the classic 32 by 32. And we're going to index it, and then we're going to load an index. Man, can I just load it off the environment? I can. Okay, so I will use the environment as a like master sprite file here. Just so we're sticking to the same indices. So when we eventually do just run everything in black and white, you know, because we'll change this to black and white, and we can just run a gradient filter over everything to color things. We're not going to do that as one flat shader. We're going to have everything independently shade itself, but at the very least, you know, we want to have that mentality. So for our first enemy, birds kind of suck, right? You know what, let's do 64 by 64. I think that'll be a little bit better. Layer, canvas size. There we go. Pigeon. Pigeon? Pigeon. Dove. Pigeon. Pigeon. Yeah, definitely. This is definitely a pigeon. We're gonna make this our pigeon. Oh, right, you're right. Beaks. Beaks. Pigeons have beaks. There. Angry pigeon. With a beak. I don't know if pigeons have yellow beaks, but we're gonna make his beak yellow. Angry duck? Pigeon. Pigeons have like have this going on, right? I don't know what a pigeon looks like off the top of my head, but this is our pigeon now. There, pigeon. I love pigeon, but I also hate pigeon. So in our game world, we're gonna have pigeon. Enemy pigeon. How does he look in the game world? Yeah, I'd say that's fitting. I think that's very fitting. He does not look too happy. I think Pigeon works. Snooty and contemptuous. Yes, that is how we're going to describe this pigeon. So we're gonna name him Pigeon. So we're gonna add him a rigid body 2D because he is going to be collidable, specifically with kernels. Technically, we're feeding them to get them out of here, but regardless. And we're gonna give him a script. Yeah, we'll call it enemy underscore pigeon. That's fine. So that's that, and then we're gonna have to give him a collision body or collision shape. Why was that like 5 million red warnings? Okay, weird. I guess that just means there's multiple. And then we're gonna give this a shape. And pigeons are circles. Especially this one. And then, in theory, this pigeon should just fall out of the sky. Yep. God. Yeah, definitely. Pigeon gone. So we don't have a collider for the COBB. I think we should add a collider. We're not going to give it a rigid body, right? I think it should have a collider. We can control what that collider does in the future. All right, it needs a kinematic rigid body. Because yeah, it's gonna collide, but it's not gonna like be stopped from moving. If we set up not constant forces, but if we set this to kinematic and frozen, I think this should work. No, it doesn't. Does it just fall? It doesn't do anything. Why? Oh, it's because we don't have a shape. We'll have to set this up to like manually change size, but for now. Ha! We killed the chicken! Oh, that's too good. That is too good. Oh, we're just gonna have a melee corn? Is that how we defeat chicken? Or God, fucking pigeons. Oh, that's just too good. Hold on, we gotta center him up a little bit more. Oh, that is too good. Bam! Why is this so good? Why do I just love this? Ah, okay, I have an idea. No, if it's greater than, we'll just say 10. Alright, you shouldn't be screaming anymore? Okay, cool. So respawn, and then I think area 2Ds have a function where you can just get like a random point in there. That might not be the case. Or it's like a box area. Or it's a rect, right? Static var. I think we can do exporting statics, right? Spawn area? Yeah, no, we can't. That's fine. Yeah, we can't get just a random spot from that. I was thinking we could like manually set it. I'm surprised there isn't just like a random position, like value. It's okay. We can just manually code it for now. Velocity, linear velocity equals vector 2.0 because we'll just get one of those. We'll get the portal effect where you like respawn multiple times. Position.y will equal -20, and position.x will equal random float. Or no, random range, I think, is what we want. And anywhere from, we'll say -100, 100. I think we want this to be, I think we're 640 by 480, so we want this to be like -700. In theory, pigeon fall. Well, you can't say I didn't try. Fine, I have a better idea. Vector 2 dot up times right. It shouldn't be just. Huh? Why is it not setting its position? Is it because I put underscore? No, because it's running. Brother, please set your position. Why is it? Oh my god, why is this not working? Linear velocity is equal to 0. Yeah, it's definitely it's not even resetting the velocity. What? Am I crazy? I can't be crazy. I think I'm a little crazy. guess we're just gonna do this manually. He just doesn't want us setting them like independently. I've never had that issue before, but it would make sense for this being a rigid body. What? I can't be this like insane. Set the position. I can't imagine him. It's only called if the physics processing is enabled, which is yeah. Okay. Yeah, fine. We'll do this under just normal process if it's going to be difficult about it. It's not going to do anything. Wait, what? No, since velocity is getting set to 0. Why are you... I must be going insane. Pigeon, why you no behave? This you gotta love this. You gotta love this. I think I have to just restart Godot. I'm just gonna assume that's the problem. Such a weird bug. Right, because you can set it in a rigid body. I can't imagine. Yeah, that's fine. We don't have any of that set. What? Pigeon, please. See, this is why he's the enemy. This is why the pigeon's the enemy. It's insane. There's no reason why this should be... Huh. I guess I gotta look this one up, which is... Body 2D Godot. Because I could just be missing a function. Yeah, global position dot y. In this example, yeah, literally, like, I'm finding an example where this is what someone's doing. But yeah, execution dog. I'm glad you like my pigeon. Yeah, see, like the X position gets locked. Why isn't the Y position?
It's like a curse weighing on an entire landscape.
It's such a... It's so weird.
And whoever goes too deep into
It's so weird why he isn't...
share of that curse. It's a land that God has created in anger.
This is such an unusual bug. It legitimately is perplexing me. This is a first. I want to smack this pigeon out of the sky. Or just do that. But see, yeah, the X position locks, right? Because we're setting the velocity to 0.
The harmony of overwhelming and collective murder.
And the Y is definitely greater than 10. That's why we're getting this printout.
When I say this all full of...
It's moving very slowly, like, because it's not accelerating, because we're resetting the velocity.
I love it very much. But I love it against my better judgment.
Somebody please, just... You would think. What? So we should just see a bird having a seizure, right? Okay, we're seeing a bird have a seizure. Cool. So it's just resetting this. Oh, what's it called? There's we're supposed to be using the manual the custom integrator, I think, for this. It's called like the Godot custom physics integrator. Yeah, integrate forces. This is what we want. I guess the physics process just clearly it's just hating it. Which makes sense. Like, I haven't really used the gravity function before. Or do we have to use move and slide? Okay, so we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna do here we go. We got the rigid body documentation. If we go to rigid body 2D, because I gotta pull up the integrate forces now. Okay, so we first have to enable custom integrator. Custom integrator, custom integrator, custom integrator. If you need to directly change the body's position or other physical properties. So basically we run this here, and then how do I manually sorry, just looking into it. So is there just like integrate forces? Oh, you know what? Here, we're gonna do this. Right, so basically we'll set it to true, we'll run it, and then we'll set it to false. In theory, this should work. Yeah, there we go. Silly little bird. So let's go ahead and disable visible collision shapes, and then set this up to like -700. All right, come on, come on. Oh, got one bird. We got another one. Come on, I hate pigeons. Bam. Come at me. Oh. Oh man, why is this so good? This shouldn't be that good. Bam. Oh, I missed that one. I missed that one. All right, we got another pigeon. Ah, this is too good. This is just too good. This shouldn't be this fun. Oh wait, I have a better idea. Oh, we can't grow the corn yet. Okay, hold on. We can't grow the corn. We can't grow the corn. We have to manually set the corn length. So when we're growing the corn, is this in the COBB function? Yes. Custom minimum size. Can we get the... We're just saying that as length. So if we say... what is the capsule's its height? So we're gonna make that equal to length. We're gonna get a little bit of leeway, and then the kinematic body dot position dot y equals length over 2. I think that's how it'll work. So let's enable visible collision shapes, and now we should be able to grow our corn. It works. It's a little long. Oh, because we have it scaled down. That should work now. It should work. What if we don't set that +5? What does it look like? The same. It's because we're scaling this, right? Are you scaled? Yeah, so we'll go ahead and Alright, we got our battle corn nice and extended. Oh, come on. There, we got one. Got another corn. Or another bird. Oh, this is beautiful. Yeah, it's really hard to get your small COBB around. Gotta get things to work a little bit. Alright. That's one pigeon down. Oh, come on. This is so... This shouldn't be fun. I'm just smacking pigeons out of the sky. I mean, they're already kind of fallen. Let's add some pigeon movement now. So this is force reset state, and then if our Y position is greater than, let's say, -250, apply impulse, vector 2 dot up. And we'll multiply this by like 20. Let's just see kind of how that behaves. Oh, it. Let's do like 200. Oh my god, I love this bird. Alright, we gotta grow to get him. Or if position dot x is greater than 400. Wait. Aw. He's gone. We'll have to like set out some sort of like if position conditional. Oh, he's back. Boom. Boom. Let's set this to okay, so set that to 450. Alright, let's just set that at 600. Alright, and boom. Oh. I think the integrate forces is still running. Oh, why are you going away? Alright, you know, he's just gone. And then we'll go ahead and apply an impulse. And then we're gonna split this function up. We're gonna do vector 2 dot right times 20. And then we're gonna multiply this by -1 if, or 1 if position is greater than 0, else -1. I guess we don't need that. Split up. You gonna behave now? Or are you not behaving? Oh, position dot x. Alright, now it's a challenge. Come here. Ah. Alright, we're gonna get him. We're gonna get him. Man, this bird is... Oh. Come on, smack the bird. Fine, we'll use our superpower. Corn growth. Boom. Oh, he phased through my corn. I think the length might not quite be accurate. Yeah, it's a little short, but I think our bird's doing pretty good. This is so dumb. I love it. What's it gonna do? Boom, gone. Okay, that is like extremely short. In our COBB control, what are we doing for that length? Let's Set up a visible collision shape. So let's see what that looks like. Because I notice it's a lot shorter than it should be. Yeah, it's not as long as I'd like. I wonder if just because they're... What if we just multiply this by half? If that kind of does what we want more? Yeah, I think whatever is going on between that conversion, definitely running that by 0.25 is a lot more ideal. All right, I think we're doing good. I think our corn is behaving. It needs a little bit of time to warm up. I think we have to minus it by 5 pixels. Oh, this isn't CSS. Minus it by 20? See, it's growing at the right rate. Oh yeah, because we increased the length by 2. That's why we had to multiply by 0.5. Wait, what? Why are you so thin? Why are you so... Eh? What? I couldn't tell you. What? Am I going in? Does it have any... What? That doesn't make any sense. Well, you think at some point it would, like, just decide to work? I mean... that... Okay, I have a better idea. Alright. You can't beat them. Join them. Come here. Come here. Hoop. We definitely have a melee COBB set up. This is so good. The music... I don't know if this is quite fitting, but okay, we'll take it. I could honestly just make this the whole game. This is so great. Oh, so the boy phases right through. Boom. This is so good. Look at that bird. Look at that boy. Boom. Gone. 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 Ready? Wait for it. Wait for it. Whoop. Gone. 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 I should add like a sound effect that's just whoosh, every time you hit him. Like just whoosh, and then whoosh. Corn whip. This is beautiful. I have a better idea. When this contacts where you grow the corn. Oh man. Alright, just for, because I'm going to upload this to the web and you can play with it on your phone on the web, let's go into the big corn starting script and let's bring is it the COBB control script? Oh, it is. Yeah, let's bring this up to 30. There we go. Now by default, we are big corn. Oh, this is definitely sizable. I think I'm gonna upload this to the itch.io page as like a micro update. Boom. Boom. I said boom. Go away. Smack him. Smack the bird. Boom. Boom. Oh. Boom. Ah. Get over here. He's gone. I'm ridding this world of all of its pigeons. Wondering what visible paths looks like. I don't know if we can see that. That's okay. Come back over here. Oh. He just phased through my cob. Boom. Gone. 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 We could set its velocity vertically when it collides. Setting an impulse is more fun. This is just too fun. Like, that's what I love about game development. Is like you end up getting to these points where you just make a dumb project, which at the end of the day, this is probably the most useless thing I've ever made on the planet. I mean, come on. Bam. Gone. 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 Oh, this is just too good. Gone. Gone. Oh. 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 Hoocha! Gone. 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 I could do this all day, man. Ah, this is... Yep, this is top tier entertainment. Right here. Get here so I can club you. Ha ha. Ha ha. Alright, I'm gonna cob this one. I'm gonna cob this one. Come on. Boom. Gone. Again. Man, look at that. These pigeons got nothing on me. Nothing. What, you think you're gonna have some of my corn? Yeah, it's like kind of like they're pecking at the corn, right? Bam, gone. Come back over here. gone. Yeah, try to touch my cobs. Woo! That was a good smack. Boom. This is so good. I'm wondering. I'm gonna get a playtester on, and I wanna get a genuine reaction from somebody. Is this a real game? No. Is it fun? Yes. Bam. These coins can't do nothing. At all. Corns. Pigeons. Alright, we'll wait for Booch to respond. I wonder if Apothic is also on today. It's just him. Unified is on. I'm just right now looking at the live Godot Discord, right? Yeah, he's developing Punch Jump. Oh, did Booch actually upload on itch? He did. But yeah, this is just... this is too good. Like, this shit... like, with this music, this is not fitting at all. Oh, man, and that pigeon. Boom. Gone. I should have I'm gonna have a pigeon smack counter, I think. Oh, this is so broken, man. It's not broken, but it's like, it's genuine, just genuine stupidity. Alright. Yeah, I think it goes too fast. It just phases through the pigeon. Molecular teleportation, for sure. Huh. I definitely want to get a live playtest of this. From somebody who just doesn't know what to expect. Yeah, actually, let me hop on the Discord. I'm gonna have it muted here, so, yeah, just respect people's privacy. Hello. I was wondering if I could get a playtest of my game. Is it an anime game? I don't think so. Okay, technically it has anime physics. You can think of jiggle physics, but for long objects.
So what'd you make, like genital jousting?
You can say in a way it's genital jousting.
What did I come back to?
It's more like penile prodding, I would imagine.
We're talking about genital jousting, obviously.
Yeah. I'll send the itch page, but I was thinking, like, I wanted to record your reactions live. I wanted to see them.
Sure, I'm down. Take anything to stop fucking with water shaders for a little bit.
Okay, do you want to pull over to Dev 2 while I upload it on itch, and then I can get some live reactions?
Why don't you tell me when it's uploaded?
Yeah, I'll upload it right now. I'll upload it right. I'm just describing this, and this is top. So yeah, let me get this uploaded. Okay, so let's run this as version 6. And then let's export project. And we'll create a new folder. And then we'll go ahead and upload this onto itch.io. Edit theme. No, not edit theme.
Welcome back, Nietzsche.
Edit game. There we go. And we zip up v6, 7-zip, compress. All right, let me make sure it's working on the web here, and then. I think it'll work. I can't see any reason why it wouldn't, right?
How long of a playtest are you looking for?
Literally like 30 seconds.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, 100%.
Yeah, okay. I think this is working for sure. Yeah. Okay, if I could have you guys pull into Dev 2 if you want to play test. I'm going to be live streaming from there, so. Or we can do a private call if you want.
I'll go to Dev 2.
Okay. Alright, can you stream? Or like screen share? It's I posted it in Dev 2 chat.
Let's get this going.
All right, let's get his reaction. What's that? Yeah, the big kernel. I don't know why it's taking so long to load. I don't think you have internet. I mean. Oh, there we go.
Have poor internet. In fact, I might. Oh no, the big kernel.
It probably won't get you banned off the internet. No, just click run. You'll see why I called it. Why I accepted the description of anime.
1 second.
What's that?
I just have to send a text.
This is gonna be beyond entertaining for me.
Okay, let's see if this won't load. I'll change internet and then try it. But
we'll see. It should. Yeah, it's loading. So the controls are left click, and spacebar.
Oh boy, this will be great.
Yep. The gameplay is currently in development. It's functional.
I figured. Mine's not, so I can applaud you.
It's not that big of a scope. But I'll tell you what is big.
Mine's
the kernel.
probably too big.
The kernel is very big.
This is about poop.
What?
This sounds like a defecation or penis.
Why would it be defecation?
Corn. What direction am I? What am I doing?
You're smacking a pigeon out of the sky with your corn. And you press spacebar, you become bigger.
Yeah, but what does that do?
Just spam spacebar a bunch of times. You become bigger.
Oh, it represents the size of
your corn.
I didn't realize it was growing the main corn as well.
Yep.
How do you lose? How do you win?
You just smack the pigeon, man. You can't have him pecking at your corn.
Okay. I see the concept.
Yeah.
I love the graphics. Very high fidelity.
Thank you. I tried very hard. This is so stupid.
The physics is a little bit wonky.
Yeah,
Seems like
you get molecular teleportation sometimes. There's definitely a technique.
What happens if you just leave the pigeons to...
Nothing. I told you it's in development.
Do I ever get another pigeon, or is there only ever one at once?
It's just one right now. I should add more pigeons. That'd be kind of fun. Every time you smack one, another one gets spawned.
How big can the corn get?
I had it set on the physics process. You know how that goes? And it got very, very big, and I didn't have any issues. It's definitely tall.
I think it'll get happily larger than I am capable of spamming.
Most definitely.
I love it. When are you gonna go into start pitching it to developers? Sorry, publishers.
Publishers? I'm thinking of self-publishing it to the App Store.
No, you gotta go for like Chucklefish or Devolver. They'd love it.
Okay, maybe Chucklefish would love it. I think I'll formally pitch it to them once I add a little bit more content instead of just one long erect corn.
I'm thinking you have like sexy corn skins.
Ooh, that'd be good.
That's your monetization.
Yeah.
Skins for the corn, and like one of them's like an anime, like an anime waifu, but it is just made of corn.
Just anime waifu, and her torso just gets longer. Or no, just her forehead just gets longer as your
forehead. I was thinking her neck. I was thinking too, like she's like bobbing back and forth at the hip.
Yeah, because I can set up that.
Her shoulders are right where the base of the corn is, but the neck just extends.
See, this is why you bring random people in on your projects. You get some really good techniques. I like that. I want to get Booch in here. Do you mind going and tag teaming him and Dev, and just don't tell him what's up?
Go for it. I'll go tell him it's his turn.
Okay. This is why you bring in playtesters. Because you'll get some. I like the anime girl idea. I think having skins would be very nice for this. Oh man, I'm really hoping we get Booch to play. I love Booch. He's like one of my favorite people in the Godot Discord. Him and Apothic. I get them confused, but that's just because I'm pretty certain I'm autistic, and I mean that in a very, very concerning way. But I want to get him in on here. I wanted to get him in earlier in the development process on the stream, but he hasn't been on. So I'm hoping him or Unified, honestly. I'll pop over.
Monetization involving that.
Oh, anime skins?
Limesta, why do you need Boots specifically?
Because I really like Booch.
But he does.
You say everybody does and crying about it?
Nah, there's people who absolutely hate
It's
me.
a curse.
Or you can play it in here. I just want it's a web build, so you don't have to download anything.
Personally, Limesta, I just like. I feel like I would like be not.
All right, fair enough.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, fair enough. No,
I play it.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, I've been trying to grab you all week, so, but you haven't been on while I've been working on it.
What? No?
Excuse me?
If.
What? Oh, you're in the shade. Like, what?
Alright, so, no Booch today. No Booch today. That's fine. We got a wobbly corn doing its thing. We'll we'll go ahead and disconnect for now. We got one playtester, and that's why you always get playtesters. You get beautiful ideas for your games. As wild as they are. But I think having an anime girl is a good idea, because we can put any sprite on this. On the line renderer, it is a bit weird, but since we have this as pretty much set as a 2-pixel length, we can have an anime girl with he's smacking people with their neck. That's a smart idea. We're gonna definitely run with doing skins like that, because I'm thinking, running this as a mobile game might be a good idea. Maybe having this as a melee slapper is pretty good. I was thinking of adding bullets and stuff, but melee smacker. Just have your waifu with a stretched neck just smacking things. That would be funny. That would be very funny. We might end up working with that idea in the future. That's definitely the type of stuff you get, and that's what you want. You want people with unique ideas, because everybody. Oh, no, let's not run that. You definitely get some creatives coming in. But I do think for now this might be it for the stream. We have this version currently uploaded onto itch.io if you want to try to play it. And I really appreciate everybody for hanging out. Execution Dog, thank you for your contributions. And yeah, we'll keep working on our very wobbly corn and our pigeon. He's a very, very mad pigeon. Boom, gone. Get out of here. I'll see if I can get a couple reactions out of people in Discord, but that's whatever. I'm not going to force people to react. Oh darn, I really wanted more people. No, it's okay. So everybody have a wonderful night, and we'll be ending it here for now.